Welcome to another edition of What's the Big Idea, where we hear big ideas from the leading voices shaping current and emerging best practices in the professional and nonprofit world. I'm your host, Hank Boyer, CEO and founder of Boyer Management Group. Today we're speaking with Jasmine Ahmed, who's the Senior Vice President of Transformation at Dentsu Aegis Network Limited. For more than 2 decades, she's been helping organizations create their best future. Jasmine, welcome to What's the Big Idea. Tell us a little bit about Dentsu Aegis. What do you folks do?
Yeah, so Dentsu Aegis is one of the largest full-service marketing firms that operate in almost every corner of the world. We have over 40,000 employees and over $5 billion of annual revenues.
Wow, how'd you get started there?
Well, I started 6 years ago to head up finance transformation for the Americas region. And over the 6 years, my role has expanded into driving transformation in our media business.
So in leading that role for transformation, I think the first question people are going to ask, so what is transformation? Why does a company use transformation?
So transformation is effectively another way of calling it disruptive innovation, reinventing, disrupting yourself, and reinventing yourself for a better future tomorrow.
So is transformation just for larger organizations, or should smaller organizations be concerned about it as well?
In my belief, in my opinion, every organization, small, medium, and large, should have transformation as a core part of their strategy.
So why is that?
Well, we are always in a constant state of change, right? So you have new customers, new products, new competitors, new technology. And in that state of change, it's very important for us to be in the forefront of it and embrace that change and be in control of how we want to recreate ourselves.
So you mentioned change. 2020 has been a year of global disruption I don't think anybody anticipated. So how has that influenced the way people think in organizations today about transformation?
So organizations are waking up to the fact that conceding to the status quo is not an option, and transformation is something that they need to take a more targeted focus and make investments in it. And that's what's going to enable them to become much more resilient and future-proof and be able to deal with this type of unanticipated disruption.
So walk us through how an organization should go about developing and delivering a transformation agenda.
Right. So as an organization, I think it's quite important to be able to articulate and define what is your North Star. And once you have that North Star, then being able to say, okay, what is the cultural shift that we need to do and make happen? And then third, what is the talent that we need? What type of talent do we need to enable us to deliver the transformation agenda?
So you're mentioning talent. Is there something specific that you look for within people in order to say, yes, they're going to work well in the organization for transformation, or tell us a little bit about that?
I mean, I say the best transformation talent are people who are genuinely, naturally curious, where they will take the time to embrace the heritage, learn the culture, the legacy, and then take that to redesign in a completely blue sky thinking of what the future should look like, and be able to then execute and deliver that blue sky thinking.
So some people are resistant to change. They don't like a lot of change. So how do you deal with that when you roll out a transformation agenda?
So at the heart of it, it's about winning the hearts and minds of people. So 101, what is it in for them? And in any transformation, if it's not making everyone's lives better, then it's not the right agenda, right? So it's getting everyone on board and truly making a difference to everyone for a better tomorrow.
So would I be correct in saying that it's about leading with the vision and keep pointing people to the vision of what it will be?
Absolutely. And then making sure, and also being very honest and transparent with yourself, that that vision and that expected benefit, the experience, is manifesting itself.
Are there some challenges that organizations that go through transformation agendas should be aware of?
So there's a few things, right? So at the heart of it, because it's culture change takes time, and it's very difficult and hard, right? So that's number one. And two, the benefits don't happen overnight. Like we all like quick wins, and transformation is never a quick win. And having the patience and resilience, and then keeping it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. keep it simple.
Are there any particular measurements that you use to keep score of how the transformation's going?
Right. So very commonly, the first set of metrics people will always go to our financial metrics, which are very important. Don't underestimate that. But parallel to that, it's very important to have metrics that look through the lens of our customers and look through the lens of our employees, and making sure that we're also shifting those dials.
So we've been speaking with Jasmine Ahmed, Senior Vice President of Transformation for Dentsu Aegis, here on What's the Big Idea? Jasmine, what's the big idea you'd like viewers to take away from our discussion today?
The biggest idea that I'd like everyone to walk away with is 2020 has been a year of reflection, a year of significant disruption. So going forward, make transformation as part of your core everyday strategy so that you don't have to go into a survival reactive mode, but you're ahead of the curve.
Jasmine, what's the website where people can learn more about Dentsu Aegis?
Yes, it's dentsuaegisnetwork.com.
I want to thank Jasmine Ahmed for joining us today on What's the Big Idea and sharing some thoughts about reinventing the future and making today's show both educational and entertaining. I'd like to thank our viewers for watching, otherwise we wouldn't have a show. For What's the Big Idea, I'm your host, Hank Boyer, reminding you to use these big ideas to make a difference. Goodbye, folks. Until next time.